the 9-minute mark here. It goes into a parking orbit until about T plus 53 minutes, 33 seconds. Quick 3-second burn, setting up Starlink deployment, 1 hour, 2 minutes, 28 seconds. And with that, we'll go ahead and bring you these gorgeous sunset views of the Falcon 9 rocket as we are preparing for what looks to be a very lovely sunset launch tonight. Now, T minus 4 minutes and counting in real time. The slight discrepancy here between our countdown clock and what you see from SpaceX. Ours is in real time, the SpaceX feed coming in on a slight delay. You're seeing the strong back retract sequence there as the strong back or the transporter erector is reclining 13 degrees away from the Falcon 9 rocket. I want to thank a few more folks as we're closing on in the last few minutes here. Our thanks to Dennis Randolph for a $2 super chat. Linda Finlade for a $2 super chat as well, checking in from Santa Barbara. Eric Davila with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Eric. Saying thanks to Jenny Talia. We'll be watching from Victorville. Wow, Starlord with a very generous $20 super chat. Thank you, Wow, Starlord. So we're passing the 3-minute mark here.
Stage 1 LOX load is complete.
I was just about to say. First stage liquid oxygen tank now fully loaded. In less than a minute, we should hear the call out for the same on the Falcon 9 second stage. Thanks to Wow Starlord, though, for a very generous $20 super chat. Thank you, Wow, for supporting us that level. Wumpy with a $5 super chat asking, are the Starlink satellites already turned on? Not exactly in the sense that I think you're asking. They will be activated and checked out once they're on orbit. That said, they are likely on internal power. They just go through an on-orbit checkout phase once they've actually deployed. Coming up on 2 minutes in the count. Go through just these last couple of super chats here. Jerome McGiles 15 with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Jerome. Saying it's the first time I've known about a launch ahead of time. I'm in SoCal and so excited, which is always fabulous to hear. Sir Jeffrey Claude, thank you for joining us with channel membership. And I'll make this the last one for now. Jack Yates with a very generous $20 super chat. Saying at hopes for a bright future. We'll come back to the rest of the super chats on the other side of the launch. What you're seeing here is the ground gas closeouts as everything appears to be on track for this brilliant sunset. Falcon 9 preparing to take flight in just over a minute. If you haven't already, be sure to hit the like button, allow some more folks to find their way in as we're cruising into Falcon 9 launch at sunset from sunny and wonderfully cloudless California.
Falcon 9 is in startup.
And now 40 seconds out, we should hear the SpaceX launch director give their go for launch momentarily.
LD go for launch.
And with that, go for launch. We're going to go ahead and step back and listen to the final count from SpaceX. Let's listen in. 14 seconds out in real time.
T-minus 15 seconds. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition. And liftoff of Falcon 9. Go SpaceX, go Starlink.
Vehicle is pitching downrange.
Stage 1 propulsion is nominal.
And as you saw and are still seeing, a brilliant liftoff of the Falcon 9 rocket pulling away from the California coastline on the Starlink
Power and
8-1
nominal.
mission. Now coming up on 1 minute into flight.
Falcon 9 is supersonic.
Falcon 9 vehicle now traveling faster than the speed of sound on this mission.
Max Q.
The call out max Q. Falcon 9 passing through the point of greatest aerodynamic pressure on the vehicle. Coming up on those events in rapid succession that I mentioned a little bit earlier. We'll see first stage manage and cutoff for Miko.
Impact chill has started.
T plus 2 minutes and 30 seconds. That'll be followed by stage separation 4 seconds later. Second stage engine starter SES1 at about T plus 2 minutes and 41 seconds. And then Falcon 9 payload fairing deployment at about 3 minutes and 8 seconds into flight. Just a great shot of
Falcon 9 is following a nominal trajectory.
the edge of the atmosphere there on the left-hand side of your screen. It sounds like so far a nominal burn of the Falcon 9's 9 Merlin engines. Coming up on Miko. It's in less than 10 seconds now on the SpaceX feed. Happening now in real time.
Main engine cut off.
Stage separation confirmed.
And back ignition.
And all great call outs and some great visuals of both the Falcon 9 second stage and first stage. As you see the hypersonic grid fins deploying on the first stage booster, tail number B1081 in the SpaceX fleet. Those bursts you see there just beyond the grid fins, those are the cold gas thrusters.
Fairing separation confirmed.
And you see the payload
Both
fairings
vehicles
falling
are following nominal trajectories.
away and those Starlink satellites exposed to the vacuum of space for the first time. Again, if you're just joining us, you're watching the flight of the Starlink 8-1 mission, very much in progress. So far, following a nominal flight path. This launch of Starlink satellites also includes a batch of 6 that feature direct-to-cell capabilities, a new addition to the Starlink fleet and operational capability, bringing the total up to 12 so far. The first 6 launched back in January. So they've gone through a number of testing and checkouts of the direct-to-cell operations. SpaceX reports that they're getting good results from those so far, and so they're adding another 6 to the fleet. Now coming up on 4.5 minutes into this launch, the next milestone we're expecting to see is at T plus 6 minutes and 10 seconds. That'll be for the first stage entry burn, that burn lasting about 20 seconds, slowing down the Falcon 9 first stage booster in preparation for its landing burn, which will come about a minute and a half after that. Now coming up on 5.5 minutes into flight. So far, everything appears to be going smoothly for SpaceX this evening. We're about 30 seconds away from the start of the entry burn beginning in real time. The time you want to watch, though, is at the bottom of the screen coming from the SpaceX feed. Great shot of the shadow there on the Falcon 9 first stage. Just seeing the sun peer through the grid fins. That entry burn now beginning in real time. If you got a good telephoto lens in Southern California, you may be able to see it from the ground.
Stage 1 entry burn startup.
It's burn lasting again about 20 seconds or so. You can
Stage
see
1
the
entry burn
speedometer.
shutdown.
You can see the speedometer drop dramatically there for the Falcon 9 first stage. Still climbing for the second stage as that Merlin vacuum engine continues a nominal burn. Now a little over 7 minutes
Both
into this
vehicles
flight.
continue to follow nominal trajectories.
Stage 1 FDS is saved.
We're less than a minute away from the start of the landing burn on the Falcon 9 first stage.
Stage 2 FDS is saved.
Stage 1 transonic.
We're now just about 20 seconds away from seeing the start of the landing burn. Falcon 9 first stage has slowed to below the speed of sound.
Stage 1 landing burn.
See the landing legs deploy momentarily. Views
Stage
from the
2 is in terminal guidance.
drone ship should come up on that. There we go. Nice crisp views from the drone ship tonight.
Landing leg deploy. Stage 1 landing confirmed.
And what appeared to be a further confirmation of a good landing of that first stage booster. A bit of an extra glow, though, right before they cut away.
MVAC shutdown.